This week, take a look as Hollywood goes dark, dangerous, and epic.
You have 30 minutes to get out of the house.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon reteamed and at their best. Joe Carnahan bringing the edge, and a Netflix thriller that doesn't blink.
I have a really good feeling about this, Millie.
Housemaid, now streaming. Sydney and Amanda join us and turn the heat all the way up. And a ride that spirals fast.
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court.
We'll take a look at Mercy, delivering raw tension, big emotion, and Chris Pratt at his best.
You shall not pass!
And guess who's back?
My precious.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy, re-released, re-experienced, and bigger and better on the big screen. Let's go back to the day on this. Take a look.
Take a look, 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 look. I'm so excited you guys are here. We're talking about movies that are on big screens, small screens, screens of every size. We're going to take a look, especially at one. If I seem a little bit more enthusiastic, I have to go fully transparent right now. The Rip on Netflix was written and directed by someone who is among my favorite people on the planet, one of my dearest friends, and my former segment editor. That movie, The Rip, is edited by Kevin Hale, who used to be the promotions manager and an editor at the facility from where we're broadcasting right now. And craft services for The Rip was done by my mom. That's not true. Just making that up. I'm also excited because I can talk about my friend with my friends that I like to talk movies about.
Hi.
Kelly, Savanna, Deaton,
How's it
Natalie,
going?
Franklin.
Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon,
handshakes,
good evening, and
official.
good night. Good to see you two.
Nice to see you.
All right, so let's jump right into it. The Rip, say nothing other than how great it is.
Well, I thought, no, I'm just kidding. It's definitely one of those slow burn thrillers. It's like less about, I'd say, fireworks and more about a slow fuse.
Right.
Ben Affleck kills that quiet, or he's not really quiet, but that discerning, very tight wound personality of his.
Right.
I think they both nail it. Him and Matt Damon, dream team.
How about you?
Yeah, I loved it. There's a lot of moral dilemmas in here.
True.
And, a lot of action.
A lot of what would you do?
Exactly.
What
yeah,
if?
Exactly.
Take the money and run, baby.
What if you won the lottery, or what if someone you knew won the lottery but left their ticket in your pocket or purse?
Yep.
Yeah, these questions. I had a chance to sit down with Joe, who, interestingly enough, I've known him for all these years, changed his hairstyle for the first time. Listen.
Brother,
Hey,
what do you
good to
think?
see
Look,
you.
I did the Madonna blonde. Look at that dude, right? I just went for it.
That looks great.
Right?
I tried to do that, but I look like Annie Lennox.
There's nothing wrong. By the way, dude, if you had that beautiful singing voice, nobody care, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
All right, we got to talk about this movie.
Despite the fact that we're friends and I'm obligated to tell you this, I mean this wholeheartedly. This is a career best for
Thanks,
you,
pal.
for our friend Kevin Hale, for Matt, for Ben. Congrats,
Thanks,
dude.
buddy. Thanks, brother.
So Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they're brands unto themselves and as a duo. And you can't mess with that brand. And you've had opportunities before where you worked with brands and it wasn't pleasant.
Yes.
How pleasant was this?
Dude, they're just absolute salt of the earth guys. It's like, you know, when Matt is sitting there, and I'm like, all right, brother, we're just going to shoot hand inserts, you know, just a shot of the hand, and you don't have to be here for that. He goes, no, I mean, you know, this is what they're paying me for, man. You know, like all, you know, like to be that kind of wonderful and egoless at this point in that guy's career, and that level of kind of where you could be very self-important. They are just the most modestly wonderful guys, man.
There's something great about you is that you have this deconstructed approach about making things gritty, all practical. With this, you really got your way, dude. And
Brother,
it makes me want you to go back and make every movie this way.
Mark, it's like, you know what it is? Because the buy-in, I've said this a couple times, it's like, I got the movie I wanted, Matt and Ben got the movie they wanted, RS Equity, Netflix got the movie they wanted. We all got the movie we really loved. And that almost never happens, man. You know, and it's like, but because you have guys like that swinging a bat for you and getting out there and kind of clearing the way, and then you have Netflix, which, listen, I can't say enough good things about these guys. I mean, they just have been remarkable stem to stern.
But in addition to that, it's breaking the mold in that it's a skin in the game business model. And
Yes.
I think it should go forward to all movies. Do you think you've got something going?
Well, I think that Matt and Ben being who they are and understanding that the traditional residual structures are not the same, when you are doing this and you're now incentivized, it's like, listen, if it does X, it's worth Y. I think that everybody's going to go that way, and I think that Netflix having the willingness to do so is testament to that. It's like, I don't think they're shying away from it. I think if anything, you're leaning in. If you're going to lean in on it, lean in a big way, and I think this is a big way to lean into that concept. And I think it's smart, and I think it also gives artists that measure of like, okay, great, it is still going to be kind of hopefully business as usual, and we will get back to if something does well, we all win, and I think that's all anybody wants, man.
All right, so I'll go back to this. You've said before that the genre is just the delivery model. With that said, what is the movie within the movie? What should we expect?
The movie within the movie is all the interpersonal stuff, brother. That's really the movie within a movie. It's like it is a story about friendship and loyalty and revenge and all these things within the context of, and loss within the context of this kind of traditional kind of police thriller or the fundaments of what that would be.
Amen, brother.
Brother,
love you.
My man,
See
big
you
hug
soon.
to you. Love you, bud.
My friend, my guy, Joe Carnahan. Love that guy. A little trivia, because I produce movies as well. That bucket of prop money in the interview with Joe of $1 million, that's about $3,000 worth of prop money.
Oh,
people don't think about that. Prop money costs money.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that. You think you just print it in your basement, and there you
Exactly.
go.
But speaking of money, isn't this based on like a true story?
100%.
They really found all this money in a Home Depot bucket in Miami.
Multiple Home Depot buckets.
Yeah, like 30 Home Depot buckets, just
How
like that.
amazing.
Why
True
can't
story.
that happen to us?
That's what we were saying. Why can't that happen to us?
Never happens.
I mean, we wouldn't take it illegally or anything.
Are you kidding? I
And
would
the
take
show
a,
would be
a stick of gum if I found it in the ground.
I also love that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, Joe Carnahan was talking about a brand.
Yeah.
They are a brand, but also they haven't been in a thriller in over almost 2 decades. So to have them back together is like getting the Beatles back together.
Yeah, they haven't been in, with the exception of
Fireworks.
Dogma for about that long, they haven't been in a movie together since Good Will Hunting.
Yes.
Speaking of the two of them, I talked to them about Good Will Hunting. At the same time, Joe and I were working together. That's how far back this interview goes. And at the beginning of this interview, we made fun of my hair looking like Annie Lennox.
Give us the
This is
hairstyle.
precisely that moment in time. Look.
Oh yeah, you and Ben are on the set, not as actors, just to write and change the script if needed. Robin Williams starts into that first scene, and you guys are openly weeping.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly didn't mean to make a scene, but we were just kind of, I mean, I couldn't believe it. They said, when they finally started rolling the cameras, they said, all right, roll the cameras, roll sound, speed, scene 41, take 1, marker, bang, action. By the time they hit action, I was sitting, about 10 feet away from Robin, just tears were just coming down my eyes. And I just, I looked up, and Ben, the same thing, and it was, Robin did the scene and looked over and he saw us. He came over and he just put his hand right on our head and just said, yeah, you did it, It's no fluke, you really did it.
And Robin Williams went on to win the Oscar because of those kids, and that kid also wrote the best screenplay that year. He and Ben both won the Oscar. And guess
We can't even.
Question from the front row, yeah.
I didn't hear a word you said because that hairstyle was epic. It reminded me of Justin Timberlake. The memes you see that he says it's gonna be May, and he has the
very
ramen
boy
hair.
band.
I've never seen that. You always have past boy band hair, but that was exceptional. That deserves peak.
Thanks, Natalie.
Boy band hair.
Thank you,
boy
Kelly.
band
Thank you
hair.
very much. I look at it, it looks like top ramen was placed on top of my
Yep.
head.
Yeah,
You and
should have had
Justin
like
Timberlake.
a headset microphone when you're interviewing.
Amazing.
All right. Hey, congratulations. #1 on Netflix
Yes,
right now, The
well
Rip.
deserved.
Moving along, let's go to Housemaids.
Yes.
All right, we want to poke some fun. Let's talk about your interview technique in the upcoming interview.
Hey.
Kelly Savanna Deaton sits down with 2 of the stars of one of the biggest movies from last year to carry over to this year. We'll catch up with them next. Hey, there you are. Welcome back. It is Take a Look. Thank you so much for watching. Off the top, we should thank people watching on AFN in 177
thank
different
you.
countries and territories worldwide. You are keeping us safe. And oh, how we need you more than ever. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching in that way. Be sure and like and subscribe. Everybody else is watching. You're watching in the most probable possible way, and we salute you for that.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Let's talk about you and a movie that you called me about a couple months ago and said, wait till you see this movie,
Yes.
The Housemaid. Where do we begin?
Easily best movie I've seen probably besides The Rip. In all of last year and the beginning of this year, as that's why it's carried over. But it's stylish, it's fun, you think you know where it's gonna end. You have no idea. The twists and turns, just when you feel safe, it rips it out from under you. So
Natalie,
remember
what are your
that.
thoughts based on the book? How do you think it carries over?
I think it carries over well. We were just talking that there's a little surprise in this movie if you've read the book.
All right, Kelly, I know how these interviews go. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not. What signals I get from this is that the two actresses, your leads, were carrying on a conversation, which is good. They seem to like each other.
On their own time.
But you seemed a little left out. You want to elaborate?
I did. So it was the end of the day, and you know, as these actors, they have one subsequent interview after the next for about 8 hours a day. This was at 3:30, 4 p.m., so they were done. They were ready to call it, and I just happened to be in the room. So
you tried to play some games. I thought that worked.
yeah, they were receptive-ish.
Take a look.
I know.
When you like remember the good sides.
I know. You're like,
oh my God, you guys you're playful.
yeah.
You're actors.
I hope this is all being on the tape. This is amazing
They're
about the
just like,
blonde.
you know, the guy, like we've been doing all these together. And then today the four of us were together and the boys are like broing up behind us and, you know, we're chatting with the interviewer. But then Brandon was like, I wish we had blonde wigs.
And then you
I
realize
was
how
doable.
funny they are.
yeah, they like totally are game.
Well, you guys can't carry all the movie on your backs, right? They have to at least assist
No,
you in some way.
no, we
right?
actually can. We don't
can.
need them, but
you can, and you absolutely did.
great
It's
that
nice
they were
to
there.
have them
Yes,
around.
yes, they're nice ornaments. Yes. Well, I absolutely love this movie. It's sleek, it's stylish, it's unsettling. It hooks you so fast that you forget to breathe and trust anyone. What was
Where
the
did that come
most
from?
surprising thing that you learned about one another while filming this movie that might have surprised you?
I just always go back to the same thing, and I feel bad, but like it's like we literally work the same way.
Yeah, no, we
Oh,
like,
you do.
Like we
That's
can have
amazing.
a conversation
Yeah.
up until they call action, and we'll be like, oh.
and then we're gonna go in the scene, and we could be crying, screaming, laughing, and then call cut, and we're like, okay, so back to what we were saying.
And you just pick up right where you left
we-
off.
yeah,
See,
we're really
that's gold
good at
right
that.
there. That's a
It's
good working
awesome.
relationship and
Yeah.
friendship. So we're gonna have time for just a rapid fire game. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, who's most likely to mistake a red flag for interior decor, meaning you are drawn to red flags versus green flags? Oh, that was a fast point. That was a fast point. I like it. Okay, who's most likely to trust the wrong character immediately? I like how she's not even making eye contact. Who's most likely to look calm on the outside but be fully panicking internally? You again. Okay.
She's so good at it.
Okay, last question. Who's most
I feel
likely?
like you're pretty good.
I'm really good at it,
You're good,
too.
but then yeah, I feel like we're
But
both
I'm
pretty
just
good at it.
no, actually no.
No, you let it out.
No,
That
Depends
one,
on the
that one
interview.
we'll put in the middle. We'll
Yeah.
put- So the last one is who's most likely to secretly hire a housemaid in real life?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Most likely to get the housemaid in real life. I like that. I thought Amanda Seyfried was super aggressive with the game playing. She was very quick to fire her
Yeah, she
finger.
didn't even give Sydney a chance, but that's kind of how their relationship is in the
True.
movie. So you can see that it translates, their real relationship in life translates on screen. You can tell they had a blast making this movie, and that's all of Paul Feig's movies.
I love how many times you have a paradigm shift in this movie as the audience. You go, I'm worried about that person. No, wait, I'm worried about that person. That's the way I think it
Roller
shines.
coaster.
How about you?
I agree. I'm sorry. I loved your interview. I'm stuck on that.
I do love your interview.
I see you thinking like that.
I know. Well, I'm telling
It was,
you,
like, awkward,
you
but
get
fun.
you get 4 minutes. You get 4 minutes, and they didn't tell me to start. And the girls were, the women were having a conversation without me. And then the guy said 2 minutes left. That's why I was like, oh, dun 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 dun. Like, you know.
I loved it. Three blondes having a good time.
Yeah, 3 blondes walk into an interview and leave one out.
Not next, but soon I'm going to be showing you my worst interview in this very
Hey,
show.
would we say this was my worst?
Bad.
No, that was a great interview. It was great.
Yeah, look how high his voice
All right.
got.
Coming up next, we went on set, not a junket, a very exclusive sit down with America's 4th favorite A-list actor named Chris.
Love it.
Next. Hey, welcome back. It is Take a Look. Thanks for hanging out. My name's Marcus Allen. This is the world famous Natalie Franklin and equally Kelly Savanna Deaton. Thanks for being with us.
girl.
All right, so I want to talk about this movie, Mercy. I really love the premise. It's kind of fugitive meets Minority Report. It's in the not so distant future, so a lot of things are going to say, hey, that's happening right now. What if AI was the trial, juror, and executioner?
Oh my God, it's so scary.
I think we'd all be screwed.
True. Take a look at what behind the scenes on the set. Look.
My name is Detective Christopher Raven. We live in a world where murderers walk free. That all ends with mercy. This film is set in the near to distant future.
With crime rates soaring, lawmakers voted for mercy.
The Mercy Court uses an AI judge, jury, and executioner. There's no human emotion. You commit a murder today, you will be dead tomorrow. This is his job, to put people in this chair. So imagine the irony when he wakes up on trial in the Mercy Court.
I'm Judge Maddox. You're charged with the murder of your wife.
Oh my God.
You have 90 minutes to prove your innocence.
Get me out of here! It's unlike anything I've done before. It's a thriller. It's action-packed. So you are going to want to see this in 3D. It's going to be awesome. You kidding me?
Mercy, now playing, and very quickly see it in theaters. And like Chris said, I would see it in 3D for a multitude of reasons. It's just glorious that way. The action is big. I like it. Chris went full method when they made this. When he's strapped to the chair, they kept him strapped into the chair for like 10 hours.
And he insisted upon that, a real electric chair, so he could feel what it was like.
Exactly.
That's beyond method acting.
I know a lot of people that like that, like when they're not making movies. It's a deep, dark story for later, but I've never heard of it in a movie.
Dark web. Keep it focused. Keep it focused.
Stay on target, stay on target.
Your personal life.
I highly recommend it. Yeah, all right. All right, see it before it goes back to the smaller screens. Coming up next, a movie that you probably have only seen over the last 25 years on the smaller screens, now back on the big screen, the trilogy, Lord of the Rings. Precious, my precious. Next. Hey, welcome back. We're in the final throes of this episode of Take a Look. I'm really excited about this because in my career, I've had the opportunity to follow many movie franchises from their beginning to end, whether it's Twilight, my favorite James Bond era, and now comes The Lord of the Rings. I got to follow it all the way through. I thought we were done with it, and now it's back on the big screen.
Like you said, it changed the game. The cinematography is stunning, and even though we were talking about this, we're not huge fans of it. We can appreciate the icon, the status behind it, and again, it's just beautifully stunning.
People wonder why a fantasy movie won the Academy Award, and do you think if they rediscover it in this way, they'll understand?
Absolutely. Like she was saying, the cinematography is great. It's a great story to be told, and but it's just a great movie.
One word: epic. Epic is not the way people are describing the interview you're about to see that I did back in the day.
I'm sensing a theme this episode of our interviews.
This is me catching up with Orlando Bloom, right?
Yes.
And Liv Tyler, probably 5 years after they've been sickened of talking about this movie. They wanted to talk about anything else. On the flip side, I talked to a younger Peter Jackson who changed the game with his Weta Studio technologies. Very cool. Just take a look.
Who it is, Liv Tyler and Orlando Bloom. So good to see you guys.
How you doing?
On this.
Excellent.
Now, describe, in a nutshell, the last 4 years of your life.
Wow, it's been incredible. It's been an amazing opportunity for us as actors. We've learned so much about making movies from this whole experience, from Peter, and, having the opportunity to play such well-rounded, incredible characters, but also to learn so much about sort of the special effects and digital world, and it's the combination. And we've made some incredible friendships.
I mean, you knew it was going to be strong, but did you have any idea that it was going to take the world over this way?
You can never really know the answer to that. It's sort of like we hoped people would respond. This is a fantasy film, but it's so based in reality that it's scary, it's because it's so believable and yet unreal. So it was you never know how an audience is going to respond, but we certainly made the film with a lot of love and a lot of dedication, and Pete really kind of got everyone on the same track and on the same page and moving in the same direction as with a lot of great momentum. So we hoped,
While in one way it's got to be hugely fulfilling as an actor to see something so beautiful as your work and Peter's work paid off. At the same time, do you get a little tired of having every meal out in public interrupted by someone saying, I love the philosophy of it. Can we discuss?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like it's a great thing. I think we'll always be remembered for playing these characters. We'll probably be talking about this for the rest of our lives, and we've all come to terms with that. We're okay with that.
So 20 years from now, when you're looking back to the making of this movie, 20, 30 years from now, if one anecdote upon the set comes out of it, what would that be? Maybe one night out drinking that turned haywire, or something fun came out of it.
Oh my God, there's millions. There's so many because it was...
I hope they do come back. It's just really hard to remember them now, Like, I really have to think.
It's been, can you have an anecdote from the past 4 years of your life, like one thing? It's hard. It's so hard.
Most of that part of my brain is so fried. Instead, let's just talk about shoes. What's going on there? That's kind of elf-like in itself.
Yeah, they're
really
comfy Nikes. Yeah.
Hey, how are you? Honor meeting you. I've got to say with the utmost sincerity, more than I've ever met before in my life, congratulations on this.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the movie's about a journey, so talk about your journey. You know, when you set out all those years ago to make 3 movies at the same time.
Well, it took Frodo 14 months to reach Mount Doom. It's taken us 7 years. So our journey's been a bit tougher, although we haven't had people trying to shoot arrows at us like Frodo has.
Right.
No.
But, you know, you've had other kinds of arrows, metaphorically.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's... I guess we would have never dreamed that we'd be where we are today 7 years ago. You know, you set out to make a film, you don't really have any expectations. You just hope that people are going to like it. Some people, and we just wanted New Line to get their money back because they did this huge gamble making 3 films at the same time, and all that we wanted really was to make enough money that they'd kind of break even and the whole thing would be okay. But obviously, it's kind of gone through the roof. It's a bit of a dream come true.
That guy, one of the greatest cinematographers of all time. His Weta Studios now surpassing Lucasfilm with many of the special effects that they're creating.
And I think this is one of the prime time examples of a literary adaptation done right, done beyond right. This changed the game, I feel like, for the whole literary adaptations in the future.
Hey, give me some credit, because in that interview I did say, hey, 20 years from now? And there we are, 20 years from now.
You're such a sage.
Although it failed miserably, because when I asked it 20 years from now, she said, I can't remember 4 years ago.
Yeah. Now they're like,
Hey,
was I in that movie?
You know it's bad when I go, hey, those are some shoes.
That was a great pivot.
That pivot was, your charisma shined through no matter what.
I appreciate you, both of you. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Natalie Franklin, where do we find you?
Natalie the Hero on all socials.
There you go. Kelly Savanna Deaton, as always,
a
thank you.
pleasure. Kelly Savanna Deaton.
And find me at TV Marcus Allen. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Take a Look.
Thank you.